Good morning. I am P. Muthalakshmi from PSL College of Engineering and Technology, working as Assistant Professor in EEE Department. Now I am going to explain about the topic of circuit breaker. Before the discussion of circuit breaker, mainly we want to know about the importance of protections of the systems and why we are using protections and why we are having using circuit breaker in the systems. So every individual system needs protection. So power system protection is a branch of electrical power engineering that deals with the protection of the electrical power system from the faults through the disconnection of the faulted parts from the rest of the electrical systems. So the device of the are used to protect the systems are used to identify the fault and to protect the device from the abnormal condition working parts. So apparatus used for switching and controlling and protection of electrical circuits is called as a switchgear. So first thing you want to know is switchgear protections plays a vital role in the modern engineering systems of the network, right from the generation through the transmission to distribution. So the current interruption devices or switching devices is called as a circuit breaker. Is called as a circuit breaker in the switchgear protection systems. So first of all, the main thing and the contents what we are going to discuss in the topic is the operating mechanism of the system and the types of the circuit breaker here. So what are the main contents we are going to discuss is the operating mechanisms and the circuit breaker and also the types. So first we want to know about what is circuit breaker. A circuit breaker is a mechanical switching device capable of making, carrying and breaking current under normal circuit conditions. It is also capable of making and carrying current for a specified time and breaking currents under specified abnormal circuit conditions such as those of the short circuit. The circuit breaker can be operated manually as well record and it can be operated during the overcurrent or over voltage time and any other faults in the systems as well as sensing the abnormal condition devices. The circuit breaker senses the fault condition of the systems through the protective relay. Fault signals are normally come from the instrument of the transformers like current transformer or else the potential transformer actuates the protective relays employed in the system. In the events that are faults available in the systems, these are the relay operate to the circuit breaker and isolates the faulty portion of the power systems to protect the normal conditions of the device which was present in that. So that the circuit breaker is nothing but that and the power system's operation, it is often necessary to break or to close the circuit if there any interruption is available in the circuit. And the interruption of various devices or the transmission lines under both the normal and abnormal conditions. So in earlier days, we use only switches and fuses or to break or close all the contacts among all the devices. The switches and the fuses cannot withstand under the over voltage condition. That is nothing but in high voltage range, the fuses and switches are not able to withstand it. Because of that only we move on to the circuit breaker. That is if the fuses breaks if the fuses breaks the fault when it takes time to replace and it takes many time to replace with when we are using manually. So it causes a huge interruption in the systems. The switches and the fuses are mainly made used to work only under low voltage condition. Because of this drawback only, instead of using fuses and switches, we move on to the circuit breaker. The circuit breaker is a device which makes only for the high voltage and when the operator intends it and which breaks the circuit based on the operator intention as well as for any fault of the circuit breaker. So here we are having two factors. It's nothing but a fixed contact and moving contacts. So the circuit breaker will work under only two different factors of operating principles. So the two different contacts are fixed contacts and the another is moving contacts. So internally the circuit breakers are basically made up of pair of metallic contacts. So both are fixed and another thing is a moving contacts. So moving contact is another called as a arc contacts, nothing but a arc phenomena. It's already said as arc is quenching by the medium. So the medium is nothing but oil or as air. So both fixed and moving contact in addition to the operating coil. So first we want to know that under normal condition or else the closed circuit, these contacts are touching each other, allowing the flow of electric current. So those moving contacts are held together to mechanical pressure exerted by the another mechanism in the form of spring or the compressed air. Because we are having circuit breaker consists of two contacts. So one thing is the fixed contact and another thing is moving contact. So moving contact is used to make and break the circuit using stored energies in the form of spring or compressed air, because the main medium of this contact is air and the oil. So spring and pneumatic or oil damping is used to arrest the speed of the moving coil while closing. And then the fixed contact contains a spring which holds the moving conductor after closing. Circuit breaker consists of two coils. So one thing is closing coil and the other thing is tripping coil. So closing coil is mainly used to close the circuit. Then another thing, the tripping coil. The tripping coil is used to trip the circuit when it was in a fault condition. Okay, so these coils activate the stored energy and directs the moving coil to open or close. So DC batteries are used to energize these coils. Solenoids are used to close or trip the circuit. Circuit breaker are usually arranged with the pilot devices to sense a fault current and to operate and trip the opening mechanism. So for example, this pressure or any other pressure available in the systems or the moving contacts is possible to the potential energy which was stored in the pressure mechanism. So when the overloaded occurs in the electrical circuit or in the operating coil is charged with the energy and the plungus contacts to the mechanism of the moving contacts. So allows the energies to store in the mechanisms to be released. So the to be released the contacts is called as an arching. So allowing the moving contacts to separate as well as. So as the moving contact separates the circuit inside the circuit breaker, opens the interrupting and flows the current from the circuit and to protect the circuit of the systems for further divisions. So however, it is important that you are also understood the concept of the arching. So here we are having electric arcs. So when the electric current passes through the air gap from an energized component to a neutral component, for example a plasma discharge is also known as the arc occurs. For example, lightning. Lightning is a very large arc crossing the atmosphere because it has a high voltage. In a lightning we can able to get high voltage of sources. So that only lightning is a very large arc crossing the atmospheric space from the cloud to the ground or to the another cloud. So from one thing is cloud to the ground or from the cloud to cloud, but having a high voltage. So arcing can also be occur in the household electrical wiring, but also within the circuit breaker during operation, which can damage them and cause fires if the arc is not controlled. So therefore, the mechanism of circuit breaker also seeks to prevent or control as much as possible the generation of these electric arcs. So the electric arcs during the separation of a contacts due to large fault or a large type of voltages, a large fault current and high current density at the contact region, the surrounding medium ionizes and thus a conducting medium is formed. So this is called as arc. So these are having two factors. So the main factors are responsible for arc is the potential difference between the contacts, because contacts is nothing but a networks among all the devices. Then it has a ionized particles between contacts. So the principle of arc extension. So arc quenching is achieved by the greater dielectric strength than restriking voltage, faster rate of heat removal than rate of heat generation. Arc extension on methods are by lengthening the gap and cooling the arc, inserting medium of high dielectric strength. So already we know that the medium is nothing but a oil or air. Here the oil and air is used as a medium to have an arc extension. So when a short circuit occurs, a heavy current flows through the contacts of the circuit breaker before they are opened by the protective system. So at the instant when the contacts are begins to separate, the contacts area decreases rapidly when the fault occurs and current causes increased and current density, and hence the pressure is increased. The pressure gets increased according to the temperature. When the temperature rises, the pressure gets automatically increased. So the heat produced in the medium between two contacts or between the networks is sufficient to ionize the air or vaporize and ionize the oil. Usually we know that the medium is nothing but a oil or a air. So the ionized air or a vapor acts as a conductor and an arc is struck between the contacts. So the contacts is between, it's nothing but a networks among all the devices, because one thing is the devices, all among the devices are having an individual networks or a contacts. So the potential difference between the contacts is quite small and it's just sufficient to maintain. So the arc. So to maintain the arc, so the arc temperature and the pressure have to be gets maintained probably. Okay, so the arc provides a low resistance path and consequently the current in the circuit remains uninterrupted so long as the arc provides. Okay, so previously we want to know that the arc extension, this is the principle of arc extension. In arc extension, the arc quenching is achieved by the two things, the greater dielectric strength and the fast rate of heat removal than rate of heat generation, because the heat will be gets generated fastly. At the simultaneously, the removal of heat process have to be continued. The next thing is arc extension methods. So by lengthening the gap and cooling the arc, inserting medium of a high dielectric stress. So by lengthening the gap, we can able to control the heat. Then after that, cooling the arc. So by controlling the cooling arc, we can able to use the medium of air or a oil. So then we are going to discuss about the types of circuit breaker. So there are four types of circuit breaker. So one thing is IF circuit breakers, the next thing is vacuum circuit breaker, then the third one is air blast circuit breaker, and the final one is SF6 circuit breaker. It's nothing but a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker. So first thing is we are going to discuss about oil circuit breaker. So in oil circuit breaker, we will use the oil as a medium. Okay, so it is designed for 11 kilovolt to 765 kilovolt. So there are two types of circuit breakers. There are two types of oil circuit breaker. So one thing is bulk oil circuit breaker. Then the next one is minimum oil circuit breaker. So the bulk oil circuit breaker we can able to use as a source of oil in a high amount. The huge amount of oil can be want to be used as a source. But in minimum oil circuit breaker, we can able to use the less amount of source by getting a final output. So for example, oil circuit breaker is a very easy in construction. It consists of current carrying contacts enclosed in a strong earth metal tank, and the tank is filled with the transformer oil. So the oil is both act as an arc extension medium and also act as an insulator between the live part and also the earth. So understand, the oil circuit breaker is a easy in construction. The oil circuit breaker is easy in construction and among all the circuit breaker. So it consists of current carrying the contacts. In all contacts we are having current through that, and it has an oil in the circuit because the transformer oil is filled in the tank. Then after that, the oil is both act as a arc extension systems and also act as a insulator between the live part and also the earth. Then after that, the contacts are immersed in oil bath. So oil provides cooling by hydrogen created by arc. So oil provides cooling by hydrogen created by arc because we want to control the creation of arc. Then only we are using a medium of oil. So mineral oil has a better insulating property than air. The oil is used to insulate between the phases and between the phases and the grounded and to the extension of arc. So it acts as a good dielectric medium and quenching the arc. So it helps to quench the arc and act as a dielectric medium in the system. So the main advantages of the oil circuit breaker is it has a good dielectric strength, which was seen previously, and it was consist of low cost because it has an easy construction only. Because of that reason, the cost of the oil circuit breaker is low. So oil is easily available. So it has wide range of breaking capability. So then the main disadvantages of the system. Disadvantages of the oil circuit breaker. It has slower in operation and take about 20 cycles of arc quenching. So the operation of the oil circuit breaker is very slow when compared to the other three circuit breakers. So it takes 20 cycles for arc quenching. So it is highly inflammable because we are using oil as a medium. So when we are using oil as a medium, it was easily flammable. So it is highly inflammable. So high risk of fire because it easily get fired when we are using as a medium of oil. Then high maintenance cost. So the construction cost is, when we are having the construction cost as low, means when we want to increase the maintenance cost as high. Because of that reason only, it is the main disadvantages of the oil circuit breaker. So next we are going to discuss about the vacuum circuit breaker. So vacuum circuit breaker. A vacuum circuit breaker is nothing but a Also the one of the type of circuit breaker we have used as the medium of vacuum. Okay, so a circuit breaker which used as vacuum, an arc extension medium is called as a vacuum circuit breaker. In the circuit breaker, the fixed and moving contact is enclosed in a permanently sealed vacuum interrupter. The arc is extended as the contacts are separated in highly vacuum. So it is mainly used for the medium voltage ranging from 11 kV to 33 kV, or else it was the range from 3.3 to 33 kV, because it is designed for the medium voltage range from 3.3 to 33 kV. This consists of vacuum of pressure inside arc extension chamber, because every individual systems we are having chamber present inside to fill the source. So this consists of vacuum of pressure inside the extension chamber. So the arc burns in metal vapor when the contacts are disconnected. So if the arc gets generated, or the arc burns in the metal vapor when the contacts are gets generated. So if there is in any disconnect section, the arc started to gets burned in the metal vapor. So at high voltage, its rate of dielectric strength recovery is very high. So at high voltage, the rate of dielectric strength is very high. Due to vacuum arc construction, it is very fast. So the contacts lose metal gradually due to formation of metal vapors. So when the formation of metal vapors gradually disconnect the contacts. So this is the representation of vacuum interrupted chamber in the vacuum circuit breaker. So before seeing the advantages and disadvantages, one more thing I want to explain about the vacuum circuit breaker. The vacuum circuit breaker has a high insulating medium for the arc extension as compared to the other circuit breaker. So the circuit breaker has a high pressure inside the vacuum interrupter. So this is the one type of circuit breaker having high pressure inside the vacuum interrupter. Is approximately 10 to the power 4 torrent, and at this pressure, very few molecules are present in the interrupter. So after that, we want to see about the advantages and disadvantages of the vacuum circuit breaker. So in vacuum circuit breaker, the main advantages are free from arc and fire hazards, because here we are having here we are using vacuum as a source. So for that, because the arc free from arc and fire hazards, because of here we cannot able to get fire easily. So that we can able to say that it was free from arc and fire hazards. Low cost for maintenance and simpler mechanism, because it was having a sealed vacuum interrupter, permanently sealed vacuum interrupter. Because of this reason, it does not get fired or it does not get damaged easily. So that if it does not get any accident, it does not get any damage, means the cost of maintenance is low, and it's simpler in mechanism. The working mechanism is also, the operating mechanism also so simple when compared with the other three. Low arcing time and high contacting life. Silent and less vibrational operation. So the noise which was generated by the circuit breaker is too low. So it was said as silence and less vibrational operation. So due to vacuum contacts remains free from corrosion. So due to vacuum contacts remains free from corrosion, means there is no corrosion will be appeared or displayed in the vacuum circuit breaker, because we are using because it is called as a vacuum circuit breaker. So no byproducts are formed. So the next thing is the disadvantages of the vacuum circuit breaker, which was high initial cost due to the creation of vacuum, because it having low maintenance cost. So we want to reduce the maintenance cost, means we want to have, we will get a high initial cost to construct a vacuum circuit breaker. The surface of the contacts are depleted due to metal vapors. So every individual contacts have a metal vapor. So the surface of contacts are depleted due to the metal vapors. High cost and size record for high voltage breakers. So the cost will, some of the times the cost will be high or the size will be huge when we are using or when we are applying for a high voltage circuit breakers. So next we are seeing to air blast circuit breaker. So the air blast circuit breaker means it's nothing but a fire. Okay, so this type of circuit breaker is those kind of circuit breaker which operates in air at atmospheric pressure. So already which was discussed in the vacuum circuit breaker. So both are similar. So after development of oil circuit breaker, the medium voltage of air circuit breaker is replaced completely by oil circuit breaker in the different countries. So this operates using high velocity blast of air which punches the arc. So air blast circuit breaker is nearly similar to the vacuum circuit breaker. It consists of blast valve, blast tube and contacts. Okay, so air means it was passes through the valve only. It is act as a source here. Okay, so the blast valve contains air at high pressure. Blast tube carries the air at high pressure and opens the moving contacts attached to the spring. So there is no carbonization of surface in the vacuum circuit breaker. Air should be kept clean and dry to operate it properly. So this is the construction of the air blast circuit breaker. So here also we are having air receiver and valve and chamber and also everything which was present in the constructions. And also we are having exhaust valves to having any harmonics to dissipate. Okay. So but in some of the countries still we are using an air circuit breaker. Because why they are in preferable of air blast circuit breaker means because it can be able to work up to 15 kilowatt. So it is also a good choice to avoid the risk of oil free. So in case of oil circuit breaker, it is exclusively used for the system up to 15 kilowatt until the development of new vacuum circuit breaker and SF6 circuit breaker. So the main advantages and disadvantages of air blast circuit breaker is in air blast circuit breaker it has advantages of high speed operation as compared to the oil circuit breaker. So ability to withstand frequent switching, facility for high speed reclosure, less maintenance as compared to oil circuit breaker. So when compared to oil circuit breaker, the air blast circuit breaker is having more advantages. It was working in the high speed operation when compared to oil circuit breaker and able to withstand with the in any other condition, any faulty conditions or any other condition, it can be able to work and withstand. Then the facility of the high speed reclosure. Okay, the less maintenance as compared to oil circuit breaker. The maintenance of the oil circuit breaker is high when compared to the air blast circuit breaker. So the next thing is disadvantages. So the main disadvantages little moisture content prolongs arching time. So moisture content is nothing but a harmonics which was present. So there only we are using exhaust valve. So in construction we can able to see that there is a nozzle and exhaust valve for arching and fixed contacts or everything is present. The exhaust valve is to remove the harmonics from the systems. So the little moisture content prolongs arching time. Pressure should be checked frequently for frequent operation. Okay, so risk of fire hazards due to over voltages. It can be used for high voltage operation due to prolonged arc quenching. So little moisture content will be removed simultaneously in the operation. So pressure should be checked continuously. So in operation, the range of pressure will be checked. The risk of fire hazards due to over voltages because it's an air blast circuit breaker. So from the name itself, we can know that it is an air blast circuit breaker. So in compared to oil circuit breaker, it has a less risk only, but risk of fire hazards due to over voltages. If there is any over voltages is present, it can be able to get fire easily. So it was a risk of fire hazards due to over advantage. This is the main disadvantage which was present in the air blast circuit breaker. So it can be used for high voltage operation due to prolonged arc quenching. Because if we are using for a over voltage or a high voltage operation, it will be easily gets fired. So next we move on to the SF6 circuit breaker. So already I told that SF6 is nothing but a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker. So a circuit breaker in which SF6 under pressure gas is used to extinguish the arc is called as a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker. So this gas has excellent dielectric and arc quenching and chemical and other physical properties which have proved its superiority over other arc quenching medium such as oil and air. Okay, so in sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, we can be able to use as for arc quenching, we can able to use as a medium of both the air as well as the oil. So it contains an arc interruption chamber containing sulfur hexafluoride gas. In closed position, the contacts remain surrounded by SF6 gas at a pressure of 2.8 kg per centimeter square. During opening high pressure, SF6 gas at 14 kg centimeter square from its reservoir flows towards the chamber by wall mechanism. It is the range of pressure what we are having, which was present in the system. SF6 rapidly absorbs the free electrons in the arc path to form the immobile negative ions to build up high dielectric strength. So immobile negative ions is nothing but it is not a moving ions. Okay, so it rapidly absorbs the free electrons. So already the flow of electrons is said to be a charges. Okay, so in it absorbs the free electrons in the arc path. So when we are having the when the path is having an arc, this is to form the immobile negative ions. So to build up the high dielectric strength, because every individual circuit breaker have to maintain the dielectric strength as high. It also cools the arc and extensions it. After operation, the valve is enclosed by the action of the set of springs. Spring is to get the elastic activity. So absorbent materials are used to absorb the byproducts and the moisture. So once again I am saying that SF6 circuit breaker is nothing a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker which works under the pressure gas is used to extinguish the arc and is called as a SF6 circuit breaker. So this gas has an excellent dielectric and arc quenching and have a chemical and other physical properties. So which has to prove as a superiority of other arc quenching. So the medium of the SF6 circuit breaker is air or a oil. So this is the main constructions. Here we are having a fixed contact. This one is the moving contact. So previous by the moving contact only the arc gets generated. Here we are having two nozzles. So the arc extension in gas flow circuit breaker. So gas flow from the circuit breaker in very high pressures to the low pressure. So it is a insulating nozzle which was present between the moving contact and the fixed contact. So the advantages of sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker. So it was very short arcing period due to superior arc quenching property of SF6. So it can interrupt much larger currents as compared to other circuit breakers. So no risk of fire. So because it has a chemical and physical properties which have proved as a superiority of the system, because we are using a one thing we are using air, other thing we are using oil. So no risk of fire. So low maintenance and light foundation. No over voltage problem. There are no carbon deposits. So these are the 5 things main advantages of the SF6 circuit breaker. So the next one is the disadvantages of the circuit breaker. So SF6 circuit breakers are costly due to high cost of SF6 because the SF6 gas cost is very high. So the source of the SF6 circuit breaker is very high. So this is considered as the main disadvantages here. So SF6 has to be reconditioned after every operations of the breaker. So additional equipment is required for this purpose. So these two are the disadvantages of SF6 circuit breaker. So these are the 4 kinds of circuit breaker what we have discussed. So therefore we have concluded that circuit breaker is the most essential part of the dielectric network as it protects every device from the damage. It helps us to detect the fault of an area affected by it. So nowadays vacuum circuit breaker and SF6 circuit breakers are widely used due to their reliable and fast operations. Thank you.